A lot of things have changed in the state of the free to play, so let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends, and I am here early in the morning recording a video because, silly me, I recorded this entire video on mute earlier and did not realize it until today. So, we're going to get this out to you as quickly as possible. No editor at the moment. Not going to be a big deal. My editor's a great guy, but you know what? I can whip this thing out pretty quickly, and you guys are going to have to suffer through my really bad edits. We're going to talk about the free to play a little bit, what I kind of plan on doing with the accounts going forward. I know I put a video out earlier where I was giving up one of my accounts, and I'll probably have an announcement on that one soon. I think I have that sorted out. I do appreciate all you guys reaching out to me. You guys are absolutely amazing. We'll get it taken care of. We'll get that account some love, and it's definitely been a relief to be able to do that because I've been able to focus on working on this account as well as do some stuff on my main that's been well deserved. But what are my plans for this account? Well, let's talk about it. So as you can see here, we are on the free-to-play account. I am not going for the big fusion. I am, however, going for Yuzan. You can actually see here I have gotten 100 fragments for him. I'm hoping to get 200 so I can have a second one of him. I will probably be pulling this one during the summon rush next week because I think he will actually help my faction wars and my skinwalkers quite a bit. And then we'll hold on to the other one for an actual fusion to be able to pull because that is 3,500 champion chase points. And that's kind of the best way to handle it for the free to play. Now, I've got some sacred shards. Every once in a while, I'm doing Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. It's kind of hit or miss, but it does depend on the faction. And, I've got some okay shards, certainly working on the collection, but I'm not going to be pulling anything other than mystery shards for a while. And that's probably going to slow down the progress quite a bit. But at the same time, that's going to make sure that I can keep this account cranking overall, work on some fusions, and eventually just get the most out of it by hitting some of these 2Xs. Now, I might pull, I think it's going to be a 2X Sacred. We'll certainly see if I'm going to pull. And to be fair, I was super tempted to pull here because there are a couple of really good champs here. I've already got Fabian. I would love a Podrick. I would love an Armands. They would be absolutely amazing. And honestly, from the epic category, Deacon and what's his name? Stag Knight. That's it. Stag Knight, they would also, both of those would be absolutely amazing. With my luck, I'd get a duplicate Ugo because this account is all about the duplicates. So I have been grinding away at Faction Wars, and I'm certainly just looking to see which of these Faction Wars I can push beyond level 14, because that's really where you start opening up, getting all the good stuff to be able to forge a bunch of perception gear and get the 5 and 6 star stuff. So that's good. My high elves are doing great. My orcs are doing great. I've honestly finished undead. Knights Revs is doing okay. I need damage in Knights Revs. Skinwalkers is one of the ones where I'm very close on, and I think the healer will be very good. So I think that Rhino dude will be very helpful. Sacred Order, we're getting close. Either I need to invest in some of the champions I currently have, or just maybe need one more good support champion. Deacon would actually probably be enough to get the Sacred Order done. Would certainly have to build a few other champions to get that taken care of or invest in them, but it is an option. Dark Elves, maybe I've got the right team for that, maybe not. Probably need some more support or something like that. Sylvan Watchers, I just can't get past the last floor. I probably need to maybe 6-star not, maybe finish investing him with books. It's definitely been a bit of a struggle to get past that last floor. I've got Morella invested, though. I've got several really good Sylvan Watchers, so I think the Sylvan Watchers faction overall is mostly a matter of just investing in a couple champions to get that one done. Doom Tower and Cursed Cities aren't really super focused for me at the moment anymore. Doom Tower, I'm still stuck on the floor. I've been farming this one pretty regularly, but I am stuck on this floor here. I could certainly still give it a try and see if I can actually get through this, but I have not been able to actually get through this floor to save my life. And it's just a matter of I need to either invest in a couple more champions here, because again, I've got, some okay champions here, but I could use a better cleanser that's probably better built than Reliquary Tender. She does an okay job, but she's not great. And other ways to mitigate the poisons while doing some damage would be very helpful. I did recently rebuild my Sun Wukong, so maybe that'll help a little bit, though. And Curse City is just a great place to find champions you need to develop anyway and push them up. For example, my Creodin was actually built to be able to help me out with some of these floors here, and it's certainly been helpful. As you can see here, I've been pushing a little bit here and there into the Soul Cross section. I can certainly cleanse out a lot of this area here. Some of the bosses I'm going to struggle with. I can't get most of these bosses, unfortunately, but as long as I can kind of get some of these other things, it's free rewards, and I'm not going to turn around free rewards on a free-to-play account. And occasionally it means investing in a champion I know I really want to invest in anyway. So I'm certainly not going to drop just random champions in to see what I can do in here. But if I find a champion that helps me in a particular situation in Curse City that is also one I want to invest in, then I absolutely will do so. As you can see, I have a 3-keyed Ultra Nightmare, and I can do it pretty reliably on Spirit. On Magic, it's really kind of hit or miss. My Nightmare team, on the other hand, I don't really have a big problem doing that. I got an extra key this morning for some update reason. I think it was a login issue with my phone. I'm not sure. But I got an extra key this morning, so I ran it there. So Nightmare, I can 1-key Spirit and Magic, but it's not reliable. It's a little more reliable on Spirit. I'm actually surprised it's reliable on Spirit. I figured it with Spirit with the slow would be more problematic, but apparently it's not. If it is Force, it is definitely a 2-key, and if it's Force, I don't even try Ultra Nightmare because that was more than a 4-key, and that doesn't make any sense at all. Otherwise, Clan Boss, mostly, solved, but I'm still looking for that champion to push this to a consistent 2-key Ultra Nightmare team. So hopefully I will find one of those soon, and that will, make this a much better team for me. And finally here, just to look into the dungeons, I haven't made a lot of progress, but what I have been doing is I've been farming a little bit more. So I've been farming some spider. I did spider for the spider tournament, got some tournament rewards as well as a bunch of accessories. Those will be helpful, and as I start to get pickier with accessories, I can start cleansing those a bit. Now, spider accessories are not great on the long term because of all the 9-piece sets, but I'm not rolling in 9-piece sets yet. So until I am rolling on 9-piece sets, the spider stuff is still going to be very helpful, especially if I can get some good mythical stuff, especially if I can get some stuff with speed on it, because honestly, some of the speed banners are worth keeping anyway. Fire Knight, I've been farming a bunch of Fire Knight 25. I haven't pushed to hard really. Again, I'm doing hard 6 on Dragon. I'm doing 25 on Spider and Fire Knight, and I don't even know which one I'm farming on Ice Golem. I haven't really invested in farming a lot of Ice Golem, but I am pretty sure I could farm probably stage 24 pretty reliably, which is probably the best bet as far as a combination of gear and points as far as energy efficiency is concerned, if I'm not farming hard, so which I'm not going to be right now. So one of the things I have had a chance to do, as I mentioned, is I've been able to farm dungeons a little bit more. So I got these wonderful boots from Fire Knight. I don't even know when I got them. I might have even had them during the free to play. But and if I didn't, that's great. These are absolutely amazing. I would love these on my main account. These would be great, and they managed to help me get Sun Wukong into a savage build without losing much, and I actually gained some crit damage out of it as well. So my Sun Wukong is actually smacking now. That's very helpful. I certainly would like to get speed on these things. I'd like to get a little more accuracy. I do actually have a plan to get some more accuracy because this banner here is okay, but this one's kind of okay too, but it's actually a 5-star banner, so that's actually very helpful. Once we can get that one on, that's good. I've also got this one here that's rolled into speed and attack, so I think this one's probably going to be the winner just because I do appreciate the speed a little bit more. And, roll this up a little bit more as we have additional silver, and I can try to get this onto him. That'll get me another 15 to 20 accuracy. It might get me some extra speed. It will definitely get me some extra attack, and that will make Sun Wukong that much better, and I think that's going to be very helpful for the account. And a lot of this stuff is going to be now reviewing builds and relooking at them because as I grind more and more gear, I'm going to be able to build better champions. It's going to be an interesting progress for me because I do have a lot of pinpoint gear on a lot of my early build champions. And getting rid of that pinpoint gear is very difficult because you get so many bonus stats from the set. Maybe we'll have another event soon. To be fair, we had one a few months after we had the Alice event. The Alice event's now been gone for about a month and a half. I would not be surprised if we get another event dungeon coming up with pinpoint maybe in the next month or two. maybe with the hard Faction Wars rollout that I'm hoping is probably going to happen in May or maybe June. So we'll see on that. We're definitely excited to work on gearing some more of these champions and improving the account. And gear is probably the best way to improve this account right now where it's at. Because I've got a good core of champions, but they certainly could be geared better. And honestly, gear is always one of the ways you can improve your account. It's not just about champions, it's also about gear. In fact, that's why we recommend, if you're going to spend on getting things like gems and energy over shards, because while shards are cool, give you that wonderful flash in the pan and that nice adrenaline rush when you get a new champion, if you can't gear them, then that new champion isn't really doing as much for you as they could otherwise. And oftentimes you can get better value out of existing champions just with better gear. So my goals with the free to play, well, at the moment, I think my goals are going to be, I'm going to play this account for the rest of this year as my secondary account. Now I don't need to worry about my other accounts, and my primary account being an endgame account is generally easier to run on the day-to-day stuff. So that's removed a lot of stress to only have these two accounts to deal with. I still am going to focus on my main account occasionally because, well, I enjoy my main account. The endgame stuff is fun, and a lot of the endgame stuff that I like to do requires me to build champions that are very different from how I would build a champion on my free-to-play. So we are looking overall to just kind of make some progress here, start pushing this forward. I want to get Lydia, and I want to see how fast I can get Lydia. Now, I'm not speed running that anymore because I'm not just pulling shards willy-nilly, so that's probably going to take another 3 to 6 months minimum to kind of get Faction Wars done, maybe a little bit longer. But again, we'll see how well that goes, and I think that's going to be interesting and fun content, particularly as Faction Wars Hard comes to be. Taking a look at Faction Wars Normal might give you guys some clues on some champions that are good in either content, and that'd be great. And obviously, I'd like to push towards Mithrala. I'd like to improve my Hydra teams, do maybe some more early game Hydra content, because honestly, I think a lot of the early game Hydra content is from a lot of the old Hydra as well. So maybe I can talk a little bit about some of my strategies in very early game Hydra. We could do some videos on that. Gear cleansing is certainly a different experience on an account like this. I think that this free-to-play opens up all kinds of ways I can make interesting videos for you guys and interesting content as well. So let me know what kind of content you are interested in seeing in the free-to-play. Let me know what kind of updates you want. I'll probably try to keep this to maybe a weekly update if I make any reasonable progress. I don't want to make a video just for the video's sake for the free-to-play stuff where it's every week, hey, here we are, I haven't made any progress, here's the free-to-play. That's boring as well. So I'll try to maybe make a state of the free-to-play maybe once a week or so, but we'll certainly see if I'm making progress, whether or not that's worthwhile. But I figure it's worth talking about because now with the Hell Hades being over a week gone, even the regular challenge finished yesterday, it's certainly worth looking at where the account is right now and where we're going. So I appreciate you guys hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. You guys are absolutely amazing. Much love, and thank you for all the support. And again, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you're looking for in those free-to-play videos. I will see you guys much later. And until the next video, I am Bront CatHerder.